Georgia voters turned out in record numbers during the 2020 presidential election and helped to catapult Biden to the White House. The nearly 5 million ballots cast back then makes Georgia one of the more important states on the political map heading into the midterms and the 2024 presidential election. So, as a result, Georgia has become a target for voter suppression. The state's Republican-led General Assembly has passed bills that have substantially impacted local election boards by restructuring them or, in some cases, eliminating them. These efforts have ultimately resulted in several Democrats losing seats on election boards, leaving the bodies predominantly Republican. In Lincoln County, officials are considering closing 6 out of 7 polling places, leaving just one to service the entire county. Earlier tonight, Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock took to the Senate floor to express his frustration over the restrictions being placed on his state's voters.
While local election officials working in Lincoln County, Georgia, to close all but one polling location for a county that's bigger than 250 square miles. Why is the second most powerful legislator in the Georgia State Senate working right now to pass legislation to eliminate all ballot drop boxes in Georgia in the middle of a pandemic? Why are state leaders in Georgia right now working to take over the local elections board in Fulton County, where Ebenezer Baptist Church sits?
And breaking news, the rules change just failed 52-48. MANCHIN and SINEMA voted with the Republicans in that regard. Joining us to discuss the CEO of the New Georgia Project, Nsé Ufot. Nsé, so what do you make a good evening? You know, this is not a great evening for any of us, particularly black people interested in democracy and wanting to vote. You're an activist on the ground planning these fighting efforts. The Republicans have the numbers on election boards and elections in your state right now. You just watched as the federal government refused to step in to do anything about it. How much more difficult does this make your fight here on the ground in Georgia?
I will say that it certainly is going to make it more difficult. We have been asking for the tools that we need in order to protect American democracy at a time where it is being attacked by the very people who are responsible for upholding it and maintaining it. The threat is inside the House, and this Republican Party is responsible for introducing over 400 anti-voting bills in 49 out of our 50 states. They know that in the marketplace of ideas, fewer and fewer people are buying what they're selling. And the only way for them to continue to hold on to power is if they cheat. And that is what they're doing right now. They have taken a sledgehammer to our elections infrastructure. And I would add on to my senator and our former board chair, Senator Warnock's comments to say, it's not just Georgia, it's not just red states, it's not just the South. Wisconsin just voted to get rid of drop boxes completely, again, in the middle of a pandemic. And so this is not an academic debate, that this is something that's much more fundamental. Like, this is an attack on the sacred and fundamental right to vote. So while today's vote is super disappointing, if the Republicans can have more than 50 votes to try to get rid of the Affordable Care Act and literally, threaten the lives of millions of Americans, we can certainly have more than one vote to defend American democracy.
You know, I will never vote against or say anything against black people's fortitude. Every time I look at people standing in those long lines and sometimes being there for hours, it is a testament to black people's fortitude to try to overcome. But they shouldn't have to.
Absolutely.
You know, what we're being told right now is that the options left on the table is that you just show up and overwhelm the oppression, out-organize the oppression, and or you wait for the courts to deal with it if they intend to deal with it, which is not even a sure thing. How much comfort does that give you that those are the options left on the table?
I would also add that there's nothing stopping us from bringing this back. There's a clarity that the Republicans have that there's nothing that's going to pass in either House of Congress, that there's nothing on the Biden-Harris agenda that's going to move without full protection, like without the ability to vote, without the ability to self-govern, without the ability to choose leaders who are accountable to their voters, to their constituents. And so I think that, yes, while we will continue to pursue sort of boots on the ground organizing options, because that is who we are, that's what we do, that's our commitment to ourselves, to our families, to our communities. And yes, the courts are still an option, despite the fact that over the past couple of decades, we've also seen attempts to stuff the courts with anti-democracy justices. But I still think that there are additional bites at the apple when it comes to the House and the Senate. Because guess what? I mean, what's the path forward for Build Back Better if we don't have voting rights? What's the path forward for immigration reform? What's the path forward for student loan debt elimination if we don't secure Americans' ability to participate in our elections? And so I'm not ready to take any tool off of the table in an attempt to preserve our democracy, to protect our country. Like I said, the Republicans are trying to set the House on fire. And so we are our firefighters. They are arsonists. There's a clarity about that. And we want our leaders, particularly the White House and Senate and House leaders, Democratic Senate and House leaders, to act like this is an urgent matter,
Right.
and that this is as important as it is.
Right. Nsé Ufot, thank you so much for joining us tonight on this very sad night for our democracy and for voting rights.